How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to ReWrite, where, I don't know, things keep going all over the place. I don't know what to expect anymore. It's just kind of, I don't know, playing the field a bit. We kind of had another interesting interaction with the guy who had the ramen shop. We met him randomly at a park. I can't even remember exactly what we were doing. We had a lot of good moments with Lucia. Kind of getting to know her and her character a bit better, which was really nice. You know, we did the whole trying to make her take off her gloves because we wanted to see if there's something horrifically wrong with her hands. In fact, I was pretty convinced that we were going to see that there was something interesting going on with her and her hands, but apparently not. So I don't know. I just I feel like I'm falling for all of the tricks this game's trying to pull, but can't be too mad at that. I like it when a game's unpredictable. Sometimes I get a little too on the nose, and so to be constantly proven wrong by my expectations is probably a sign that this is very well thought out. Just because it's not following tropes or predictability. So yeah, we'll have to see how this all plays out together. But I'm hoping we get some answers soon, because so far all we get are questions and questions and more questions. So I'm kind of getting to the point now where I want to understand what's happening, because there's so much going on. We have the haunting happening at our house. We have the weird corridor expanding into an endless tunnel of nothingness that just randomly reverted back. We have the grayscale city with the massive dog thing that attacked us. But the fact that we have superpowers, but we haven't talked about that at all. We have the weird cryptid monster hunters that are pretending to be just part of a weird gaming club. It's just, there's so much going on. And then we have all the odd characters just in general. Not Chihaya, is it Chihaya? She's pretty funny, but that weird brother of hers, I'm still convinced he's a villain. He's gotta be an antagonist. He's obviously he hates our character. He's obviously antagonistic, but I feel he's gonna be a much bigger threat in the future. It just feels right. But anyway, that's all blah. Let's just continue on and see what we can explore on October 21st. Because, yeah, apparently the stack of protection, Shinigami papers are still working for us. So we'll have to see how this all goes. Anyway, let's get started. The bell signals the beginning of class. I can hear the clatter of chairs all the way from the other classrooms as everyone stands up to greet the teacher. Ours alone remains silent, though. Huh? When's our teacher getting here?
どうしたんだろう。先生遅いね。
Yeah, that's interesting. Absolutely unforgivable. I'll be bringing this up next time I'm late.
じゃあ、遅刻した分もしっかり延長して授業してもらわないとね。
I'd rather stick to a normal schedule. It'd be even worse if I had to sacrifice my precious break time on top of being bored right now. Well, teachers are human too. Nobody can avoid being late once or twice in their lives. I know from experience how hard it is to step into a deathly silent classroom. As such, it's the duty of good students to make it as lively as possible to minimize the teacher's anxiety later. As though hearing my thoughts, the entire class begins whispering, which soon makes for a casual break-like chatter.
みんな静かに自習を。私は職員室に先生を呼びに行ってくる。
It makes sense, but it's fair. Go get him, Lucia. We will absolutely, totally not listen to you. Class rep tries to silence us, but a few students actually listen. She leaves the classroom with only that direction. What should I do? I definitely don't feel like studying by myself at the time like this. I could use the time for a peaceful afternoon nap. Or I could make the class even more lively to tease class rep when she gets back. Get some sleep or have some clean fun with Yoshino. I mean, sleep sounds okay, but come on. We gotta have our some bro moments here. The more fun, the raise hell. How old am I again? Yoshino, let's have some fun.
うぜえ。てめえとやるのはデュエルだけだ。
Yoshino declines my offer outright. It's kind of weird that you don't leave the class at a time like this.
教師という秩序が失われれば、そこは無法の荒野も同じ。この騒がしきカオスの教室こそが、俺の居場所ってわけさ。
So he got embarrassed when he said in a video what is youth, which obviously is a very cliche line, but he still says stuff like this with a straight face. What kind of place is this wilderness in your mind? I kind of imagined cacti and wagons when you say it.
信用できるのは自分だけ。あとはライオンとハイエナだけのコンクリートジャングルさ。
Wait, a concrete jungle with lions and hyenas. So you're talking about like an inner city, like with a savanna theme? Oh, like a carnivorous beast. Speaking of which, isn't there one right over there?
何？
I point at the corridor. Though through the open door, we spot a wild beast that's cornered this microcosm with its fangs and claws. Other classmates begin noticing as well.
どうしたの小太郎くん。ああ、
Here comes a relative of those lions and hyenas.
確かにどっちも猫科ですね。お腹減って学校入り込んできたんじゃないでしょうか。
So it must be just a cat. I'm pretty sure hyenas aren't part of the cat family, but they're kin in the sense that they're also carnivorous beasts.
エカテリー
Huh? I hear a voice from the corridor. A regal-looking woman dressed like an aristocrat appears in the doorway.
ナ探したのよ、エカテリーナ
What is it? That's the other thing too. Like, us kind of kids kind of feel weird, but like we're kids, right? Like we're high schoolers. Of course we're gonna be weird. But like every time we meet an adult, I feel like they are off their rocker doing something really weird. Like there was the girl who was cryptid hunting, but like she was also like hunting for like other stuff. Like it just seemed really strange that she was like around hanging out around a school. And now we've got this strange like aristocrat lady. The woman rushes to the cat and scoops it into her arms. It's probably a pretty touching reunion, but the suddenness of it all has left us totally speechless. Meanwhile, the other cat flees onto the corridor.
何なんですこれは。
I have no idea.
皆様、お騒がせして申し訳ございません。
Oh, it's you, Mr. Villain. A man's face peeks through the window. Ugh, it's him.
昨夜がこの人連れてきたんです。
はい。道で困っていらっしゃったので、事情をお聞きしまして。そのまま総力を挙げて捜索をしましたところ、ここの教室に迷い込んだとの情報が。
What contacts do you have that keep track of cats? Wait, what kind of contacts do you have? Who'd even know a bunch of cats are wandering into our school?
エカテリーナがお世話になりました。このお礼はきっとさせていただきますわ。
いえ、お気になさらず。
紳士がおる。
Uh-huh. I don't know if that's of a gentleman, though.
では、マタロウ君。
It's Kotarou.
申し訳ございませんが、この方を外までご案内していただけますか？
Huh? Why can't you do it?
廊下はまだ猫がうろついてるかもですしね。
あら、お気になさらなくても一人で大丈夫ですわ。
そうですか。では、お気をつけて。
では。
The regal-looking lady leaves. Huh.
ドラマ展開を見た。
Yeah, it was very strange.
何の騒ぎだこれは。
Class rep finally returns.
昨夜なんか騒ぎになってますので、ちゃちゃっとどっか行ってください。
おっと、これは失礼いたしました。つい目の前のことにとらわれてしまい、悪い癖ですね。
あなたは？
そちらは千早さんのご学友ですね。私は千早さんの兄です。
それは大鳥さんに上級生の兄がいたとは聞いて。
猫を探しておられる方がいまして、その方をここにお連れしてきたのです。
そうでしたか。それはご苦労様です。ですが今は授業中です。騒がしくするのは好ましくないのですが。
I like how I was gonna start trouble, but for once, I'm not.
申し訳ございません。本当に皆様をお騒がせしてしまったようですね。
What if Lucia has a thing for him?
では、私も失礼します。
He leaves through the window. Through the window?
何なんだあの人は。
I have just ignore him. He's weird. I'd say he's the most mysterious member of our cast so far.
別に普通ですって。
大鳥さん、兄とはいえ授業中にこういうことは控えてほしい。常識を疑われるぞ。
Oh, don't worry. She doesn't have two coins to rub together.
仕方ないじゃないですか。事情があったんですから。
Okay, I think that's enough, you two. The two glare at each other. Weird. They're oddly hostile. I head into town looking for more leads after school. It'd be nice if I could find one or two lying on the side of the road. Oh, do I get map explore time? I end up wandering into an unfamiliar place while lost in thought. Food stands line the streets. Maybe the ramen place operates around this area too. The stand had wheels, so it should be possible to move it around town. I check around, but it doesn't seem to be in the area today. Now that I think about it, the customers back there were a pretty odd bunch. Might be possible to turn them into a scoop. I said some odd stuff, like how cryptids existed and whatnot. They suddenly got real intense, so they left quite an impression. Maybe I could get that more information out of them. That said, I have no way to contact them. How can I find those guys? I suppose I have no choice but to wander around and hope I run into them. Well, I mean, you could always go back to the park where you've twice now managed to meet the guy who runs the ramen shop at least. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's like lots of stuff going on here. Nope. Okay. What the fetch is that? Okay, you are of interest to me. Let's start with this, though. Right, Kotarou asked me to plant those seeds. I can feel green waves emanating from this building. It's locked, though. Guess I'll have to climb the wall. I've got no idea why I'm so into this, but I can't leave a job half-finished. Whew! I plant the seeds on the roof. I'm really happy I'm doing that. Like, I want to keep planting those seeds. Like, I don't want to miss any. I spot Yoshino helping an old lady across the street.
ばあさん、俺の背にしがみつきな。
Hey, look at that. What a bro.
すいませんね。
勘違いするな。そこにいられると邪魔なんでな。
わかってますよ。
ここの横断歩道には信号がついてんね。その気になりゃすぐに設置できそうなもんだが。まったく。
信号がないから親切な人がいるんですかね。
Aw, very sweet.
そんな奇特な野郎は見たことがねえな。
ありがたや、ありがたや。
Yoshino saves the old lady.
なんとお礼を言っていいか。
自分のためにやっただけだ。礼なんて言われる筋合いじゃねえさ。
年寄りは若者のポケットにこんなものを入れたくなるんですよ。
おい、よしてくれ。
Yoshino has received 500 yen.
そんなつもりじゃなかった。
ありがとう。ありがとうね。
That really was really, like, generous of her for walking across the street. The old lady walks off. Good job. Yoshino jumps like I was some kind of wild animal. Roll, roll, roll. After rolling across the ground like a seasoned gunman, he springs to his feet in a boxing stance.
貴様、天王寺!
I don't know, walking? Hey, you did something good.
見たのか? いや、見ていないはずだ!
He fixes me with a piercing glare. Looks like he wants to tell me something, but I'm not sure what. What are you talking about? I saw everything clear as day. Old lady, hold on to my back. I'll do my best impression.
目だ!
Ah, he goes for my eyes. Oh, are you insane?
少なくともそんな暑苦しい笑い方はしてねえ!
The laugh was mine. I was part of the act.
舐めてんのか?
Don't be so modest. You did a good thing.
謙遜って言葉の意味分かってるのか?
You act like an unruly bad, eh? But it turns out you're actually a good guy, Yoshino. He clutches his chest, seemingly in pain. What's wrong, you will?
やるな、天王寺。精神にこれほど強いダメージを与えてくるとは。
I like how it's a brutal bruise to his ego to say he's a good guy. You mean this is a symptom of your mental disorder?
違う! てめえとは温度差が違うんだ。
Different worlds, you say.
いいか、俺は善人なんかじゃねえ!
Feels like he's screaming from the bottom of his soul. Never would have expected that wandering around you looking for people would lead me to witness you do such a good deed.
クソが一丁前に人探しか。
Yeah, think you might know them?
たとえ知っていても知らねえな。
I'm looking for a bunch of guys that drink around these parts.
なんだそりゃ。どういう話だ?
I'm talking about a bunch of unemployed adults in their prime who know how to throw a party.
アウトローだな。どんな革ジャンだった?
What do you mean? He's talking like all outlaws wear leather jackets or something.
知らねえのか。アウトローは全員革ジャンを着てるんだぜ。
Oh, okay.
人生を外れた男はもうスーツを着ることはできねえからな。 いや、許されなくなると言っても過言ではない
Pretty。sure the Yakuza says otherwise.
自分はもうホワイトカラーではない。いや、あってはならない。二度と引き返せねえ荒野を進む男は。だから、革ジャンを着るしかねえのさ。革ジャンは高え。かくいう俺も、まだ兄貴のお下がりを着てる段階だ。
Oh, interesting. I wonder if he, like, tries to emulate his brother. I didn't know you had a brother.
奴は、牙を失った羊だ。
He practically spits out his response. I especially like how the fact that sheep don't have fangs, but he means like he's now a sheep because he lost his fangs, but saying that he's a sheep that a sheep who lost his fangs, like the way he said it makes it sound like he had a fanged sheep. I don't think sheep have fangs to begin with. What is it? Am I just Kotarou and I don't know it? I don't think that's a good thing. You should go with a wolf that has lost its fangs or something.
とにかく、牙なしだ。
So you're wearing a leather jacket from someone with no fangs.
昔は、奴にも牙があった。
What do they look like?
兄貴は、いつだって体制と戦ってた。
Sorry about all the questions, but what do you mean by the system? Big bro?
学校だな。
Oh.
あとは生徒指導の教師だ。
That tends to be... You sure he wasn't just an average delinquent?
なあ
Another piercing glare. Please go on.
奴は、高校2年までは狼だった。
Okay.
それだけは俺が保証するさ。人と人のつながりが冷え切ったアイスエイジに対して、確かに奴は反逆の罵りを上げ続けていたのさ。
Then what happened? Did you meet a girl?
ところが3年になって、奴は変わっちまった。奴は、受験勉強を始めやがったんだ。
Oh, well that's because he realized
しょ
he realized his adulthood and future was fast, like quickly approaching. He was like, oh crap, that actually matters. That's a respectable decision. Just how much of a dummy are you?
てめえにアホ呼ばわりされる筋合いはねえ
So what became of your brother in the end?
浪人して、大学に合格した。
Cool.
そしてチャラついた格好をするようになり、飲食店研究サークルに入り、女のケツを追いかけ回すようになった。
What's a restaurant research club? That's interesting. Oh, wait. That's probably just another way to phrase a foodie. So, like, a restaurant research club is just a group who, like, spends their free time in their evenings traveling from restaurant to restaurant trying to find good ones. Maybe even having, like, an online blog or just reviewing. Just, you know, for fun, mostly just to kind of keep things fresh. Again, chasing after women, well, then he's just, you know, a person.
2年目にしてようやくスケができるや否や、今度は就職活動を始めやがったんだ。
The gall.
そして、誇り高き水銀の血は濁り、奴は魂の堕落へと至ったわけだ。
Well, you know, having a place to live and being able to pay your rent or, you know, mortgage, pretty handy. I didn't get that last part. Could you translate it into proper human speech?
サラリーマンになって、結婚して、ガキができた。
Nice. That sounds awesome. That kind of ordinary happiness might be best, you know?
俺の流儀じゃねえんでな。行くぜ。
I call out to Yoshino one more time before he can walk off. Hey, aren't you gonna help me look for these people? I'll buy you a drink if you do.
断る。慣れ合いはしねえ。それに、どんな革ジャンかもわからねえなら、探しようがない。
I'm pretty sure not a single one of them wore a jacket like that.
ああ？ならそいつらはアウトローじゃねえだろ。革ジャンも着てねえ分際で、いい年こいて酒盛りに興じることができる人種なんざ。この無情のシャバ世界には一種類しかいねえ。ビップだ。
Ah, you impress me sometimes. I'm not even kidding.
褒めても付き合うつもりはねえ。だが、今日のところは見逃してやるさ。
He walks away with confident steps. Now I'll never be able to hold back my laughter when I see anyone wearing a leather jacket thanks to him. Alright, well that was interesting. Okay, so that one's locked, not sure why. So one of these, like I think this one is the one that's going to continue us based on the arrow. So I'm going to try and click on these others.
酔っ払いか。見たことあるよ。たまにやってるみたいね。
I'm looking for them.
どこの誰かまではわからないよ。
Nothing again?
力になれなくてごめんね。代わりにこいつをあげよう。
You've received a lead. Monster in the Forest, The Legend of the Wooden Man. Thanks. That was weird.
どうも、ヤンキーです。おっと、風子のお坊ちゃまくん発見。
Huh.
あれ本当だ。こんなところで何してんの
Okay, so I always hear delinquents like speaking like this in like anime. I always thought it was like a hyperbole thing, but I keep hearing it over and over. Do people ever actually talk like that in Japan? Like, is this an actual trope, or are they just like really going over the top to try and like make them sound like you know, in that classical intimidating way? Like, I'm guessing no one actually talks like that because it doesn't sound like an accent. It just sounds like a way you draw your vowels to try and sound intimidating, but it always comes across as sounding silly. I'm surrounded by a group of punks. Of course, it's my first time seeing them. I'm looking for someone.
だってよ。
なん
They seem to be having fun. I'm looking for someone.
人探し。
似すぎだろそれ。
I'm looking for a certain group of middle-aged men that supposedly drink around this area. Have you guys seen them? Their faces change in an instant.
ああ、今なんつったお前。
目上の人間に対してお前呼ばわりって殴られてえの。
Elders? How old are you?
俺らが何歳かと言いますと。
He closes in on me, sticking his face out at a lower angle like punks typically do. He twists his twisted lips slowly apart.
1000歳。
Oh, you're one of those people.
マジ千歳一遇のチャンス。
ってことで5万出せや ATM くんよ。
きったー出せ詐欺哀れお坊ちゃま出金確実。
金引き出したら軽く殴るだけで解放してやるよ。結局殴るし、かわいそう。
お坊ちゃまくんの社会勉強始まり。
I mean, I'm still dressed in my uniform, right? Does it really look like a rich kid? How'd you like the taste of the outside world, huh?
おいしゅうございました。
Frontal sinus infection?
貴重な体験ができました。
Oh, so we beat the crap out of him? This isn't violence, we just did a little boxing practice. Feel no hesitation punching buttholes like these. Anyway, oh crap. Sorry, I misclicked again. I'll ask again. Do you know any drunks that hang out in the area? Both of them shake their heads. Figures. Anyway, from now on you call yourself bunks instead of punks, got it?
はい。
You're a part of those losers who go to the fighting shrine punk Kyote in midnight, right?
言ってます。
Okay, don't lay a finger on anyone from our school ever again. I did a good thing, but I didn't learn anything. That was interesting. Beat the crap out of some punks, though. Excuse me, can I ask a question?
何でも聞きなさい。
I run into an intelligent-looking gentleman. Have you seen any drunks around here, one of them being a gentleman just like yourself?
見かけてはいない。だが知ってはいる。
Oh, really? Who is he?
それは私だ。
You don't look drunk to me.
ところが酔っている。
Your face isn't flushed at all.
赤面もしないし、言動もまともだが、しこたま飲んでいる。
I guess a gentleman is a gentleman even when he's drunk.
私は市内の大学に勤める教授だ。
You do have the presence of one.
そう。紳士は数学の難問を解くように、アルコール成分をも分解するものだ。
So through natural processes? Awesome.
だが、酔ってはいるのだ。だからこそ、脱げる。
Wait, what? Excuse me? Gentleman begins undressing. Please stop.
人は、裸になって初めて人だ。
I think humans are human enough with the clothes on. He won't stop.
裸になったとしても人の知的価値は損なわれない。であるならば、裸で良いと思わんか。
I think there's a very good point. Stop it!
なんだ君は。私の全裸になる権利を侵害するつもりか
In front of a child? Yes.
これは我が文化的行動に対する
Somebody help me! It turns into a big incident. The police show up and ask me questions. I'm so tired. I feel that, man. I feel that.
ねえ、あなたこの町の子？
The woman addresses me before I have a chance to open my mouth. Yes, I am.
この町に大きな環境保護団体があるって聞いたんだけど、知ってる？
Our entire town is kind of like that.
なんていうのかな。住人がほとんどその関係者だって話、本当なの？
I don't really think it goes that far.
あなたのご両親はどう？どんな仕事をなさってるの？
My parents are scientists.
研究職？どこの部門？
I don't know the details myself. But they're both in mathematicians, so I'm sure their work is related to the environment.
数学はあらゆる分野の基礎よ。そんなことないと思うけど。
Yep, it is. If you say so. Suddenly, I remember. My parents used to some sort of meetings for an environmental organization. Attend some sort of meetings for an environmental organization in the past.
数学者ならどんな分野にも転身できるわね。
Yeah, it's true. So mathematics is one of the branches of science, like pure mathematics, that is like both under needed and over needed. Like if you want to major in pure mathematics and stick to pure mathematics, like you pretty much are going to be a teacher. You could be a university teacher. You could even go into like deep theoretical math where you're really working at new like formula and like ways to like come to like find derivatives and like really solve like intense equations. But if you don't want to do that, so many other fields in the sciences and STEM require intense math, and so you could easily find a job in other fields. You wouldn't likely end up being able to be on like the research side of everything, but you'd likely be on the back end, like data collection, processing. In fact, one of the best paying jobs you can ever get is actually being an algorithm writer, because a lot of research requires a lot of math, like the calculations, especially when you're talking about like things like think about astrophysics or molecular structures or like particle physics, chemistry. All of that requires a lot of math in order to like really extrapolate like the information you get and turning it into useful data. So having people who not only understand mathematics enough but also understand science enough, who can actually make the computer programs that write the computer programs that can do the math for those equations and do it faster than it would take a person to do it, they get one of the best paying and consistent jobs in the world, because we need people who understand math in order to make algorithms for computers to run. And these algorithms have to be really complicated. So it can't just be anyone. It has to be somebody who really understands and has mastered math. It's pretty cool. Like one of the weird things about like, you never think of math as being cool, but when you think about it in that way, it's like, okay, yeah, like it's like numbers becomes like learning numbers and mathematics is like learning the base code of the universe.
あなたのご両親、今はどの分野なのかしら？
I'm not sure. Not that I have trust issues or anything, but I feel like I should be careful with what I tell her. I have a bad feeling.
もしよければご紹介していただけない？
Yeah, she sounds like an investigative reporter. I'm sorry, I'm not really on speaking terms with them right now.
あら、思春期？
I guess so.
残念。
Can I go now?
ねえ、呼び止めてしまってごめんなさいね。ねえ、そこのあなた。ちょっといい？
Yeah, she moves on to someone else. Does she belong to some newspaper? It feels like she's investigating the town. Only speaking to children is a bit strange, though. It's probably because we're not as cautious as adults. The moment I realize that, my feeling of uneasiness multiply. Wonder if she's some kind of spy or something. She could be. She could be a corporate spy. Corporate espionage is a real big problem in like, when it comes to white collar crime, it's one of the most egregious. I don't want to get involved, so I hurry away. I mean, I don't think it's as like like blatant says something like fraud or wire fraud or rug pulling or anything like that. But like, I think it's one of the more like malicious things. Excuse me, I'm looking for a bunch of drunks in the area.
ごめん、他当たってくれる。忙しいんだ。
He's investigating the area with a bunch of maps and other papers in his hands.
収穫祭の準備でね。悪いけど。
It's okay. I'm sorry for bothering you at a bad time. Everyone in town gets busy when the harvest festival is approaching. And then the last one I think will be here before this one, because like it's pretty clear that this is the one that the arrow's pointing to. Excuse me, can I have a moment of your time?
ダメだ。
The passerby walks off. Huh? That wasn't very friendly. How mean. People just aren't what they used to be in this town anymore. Sound like an old person. This one's still locked. I wonder if it'll unlock after I can do this one. Have you seen any drunk people around here?
え？お花見のシーズンはよく見たけどね。そういえば、最近たまに酒盛りやってるおじさんたちを見たかな。
Ah, I'm sure those are the ones I'm looking for. Do you know where I can find them?
細かいことはわからないな。悪いけど。
It's okay. At least I learned they're in the area. So they really are from around here. I should investigate a bit more. Yeah, that unlocks that one. And is there anything else? I think I got everything, so. I see a guy in a leather jacket. Oh my gosh, was Yoshino right? Light stubble covers his chin. It looks like he's in his late 20s. A novice old man in short. Pfft. Crap, I shouldn't hold it back. Our eyes meet. The novice old man in a leather jacket draws near and seizes me by the collar. Crap.
おい、笑ったろ今。
I'm sorry, but you misunderstood.
舐めてんのか？あ？
I'm not. I just remembered something funny.
嘘つくなてめえ。じゃあどんなことを思い出してたんだ？
Why not just tell the truth, man? I've got a friend, Yoshino. I just remembered something funny he said.
吉野だと？てめえ、どこだ？
Huh? Kazamatsuri.
風祭り？吉野って、吉野春彦のことか？
Oh, I wonder if this is a friend of his brother's. Huh? You know him?
バカ。吉野さんだろ。キングの。
Wait, what? Is he like some kind of like boss here? The king?
スラムキングなんだよ。無法と力のスラムに力の10回を定めた偉大なアウトローだぜ。
Ten Commandments of What? Hold on. What part of this is a slum?
ここらの路地裏は夜になるとスラム化して生きがる小僧どものパラダイスになる。そんなことも知らねえのか？
No. Seriously? I don't buy it. Well, I'm just a good kid passing by.
吉野さんはな、ドラッグと暴力が支配する腐りきった犬くせえスラムを拳一つで狼の町に変貌させたお人なんだよ。
Interesting. If that's true, that's actually really cool.
吉野さんは10チームもの腐りきった犬くせえゲスどもを粛清してよ。そいつらがそれぞれ薬や騙しや窃盗って具合で違う生きがり方してたもんだよ。
Mad respect, bro.
吉野さんが潰した悪徳を俺らフォロワーは力の10回って呼んで下げてんだよ。
Seriously?
足りめえだろ。キングのことで嘘はつかねえ。
Just when did Yoshino have time for all this stuff?
けどよ、それだけのことをしておきながら、あの人は手下を引き連れることもねえ。いつなぜかわかるか？それが狼ってもんだからだ。超リスペクトだぜ。
No, wolves run in packs. You're thinking of like bears. You sure you guys aren't just playing delinquents here?
てめえ、なんてこと言いやがれ。そもそもおめえは吉野さんの何なんだ？射程か？
What? I'm not chunky.
年の話じゃねえ。どういう関係かって聞いてんだ。
No, we're just buddies. There's nothing else between us.
あ？
We fight sometimes, but that's just because we know we can trust each other to always have our backs.
なんてこった。キングのダチ？平日だってのに、こいつはとんだグッドトリップだぜ。失礼、クールボーイ。
Yoshino is absolutely gonna deny this, though. He suddenly changes his attitude completely.
お胸を掴んじまってソーリー。ついカッとしちまってよ。Oh, good! おシャツにおしわの野郎がつきやがった。
That's okay. I'm more curious about your change in attitude.
キングのダチならあんたも狼。 それかマックスクールなシャバゾウ様だ。
The coolest weeb. Dweeb?
どっちだろうが、俺らはもてなす。
Yoshino seems to have made a name for himself in the weirdest of places. He can be pretty lame at times, you know.
ひゅー言うねー、クールシャバボーイ。同じことをそこらの犬くせえ坊やが言ったなら、殴り飛ばしてるところだ。
But what's with you guys and your love for canines? Well, whatever. I'm sick of pointing out things that don't make sense.
あんたなら、俺ら狼はみんな力貸すからよ。
Huh? For real?
マジだよ。俺らの上下関係はソウルで決まる。
Okay, again, that doesn't make any sense, but you know what? I'll take it.
キングのダチだってんなら、自分のプライドだってへし折るぜ。
I can barely believe this development, but I'm not gonna complain. Maybe I can ask them to help with my search? I'm looking for someone.
オーケーだ。そいつはどんなイカれた野郎だ？それともイカしたレディーかい？
No, I'm looking for an old man, actually. I tell him all I know.
なるほどね。漠然とした話だな。こいつはウルフパックの出番ってわけだ。
You guys are working as a team then?
狼はつるむことはねえが連携はする。見てな。そいつらがたとえケツの穴に隠れてたって探し出してみせるぜ。
A lot of homoeroticism in that line. Leather jacket wearing novice old man makes a few calls.
これでいい。あとは待ってりゃ済む話さ。
Thanks for going out of your way for a kid like me.
気にすることじゃねえよ。第一、俺よりは年上だしよ。
What? What?
俺は高一なんで、あんたがキングとタメってんなら、一つ下だな。
What? He said you look like you were in his 20s. Huh? He's younger than me? That's the biggest surprise I've had all day. Dang, and I was cowering like some kind of idiot too.
どうしたブラザー、怖え面してよ。
How long do you think it'll take? I don't have all day.
急に態度変わってね。
I'm a firm believer in the old-fashioned age hierarchy.
あ、
I'm of the belief that I can say or do anything to those younger than myself.
そりゃまた結構なロックマインドで。
Feels almost new in this modern age, don't you agree? So how long will it take?
いや、そりゃ見つかってみねえことには。
Alright, I'll continue looking around on my own for the time being. Contact me when you find him.
あ、じゃあこれ、俺の番号なんで。
We exchange phone numbers. The name's Tennouji, monarch of common sense.
トーガって呼んでくれ。
I'm 100% certain that's not your real name. I'm too tired to ask. You've become friends with Winterfang. You've added one person to your email address list. Alright. Anything else popped up? Nope. My phone rings. Hello?
トーガだ。
Who? Do I know you?
自己紹介したんだけどな。革ジャンって言ったら分かってくれるか。
Ah, it's you.
あんたの探してるヨッパな。
Wow, your elf pack sounds pretty convenient.
うん、ウルフパックだな。狼の群れって意味で。で、候補者と思われるヨッパが124人だそうだ。
Are you kidding me? That said, it's incredible you went through that many in such short notice. I guess this golf pack of yours is no joke.
オーケー、クールシャバボーイ。バカにしてくれて結構だから、ウルフパックでプリーズだ。こういうのは得意でな。狼は鼻が利くのさ。で、多すぎるってのは分かってたんで、有力候補グループとして5人選別してやる。
Okay.
ここから当たってみれば、あんたの出会ったヨッパに当たるかもな。
That sounds good. You did well, Parappa. I appreciate your efforts.
ラッパーじゃねえから。ダメだったら、また連絡してくんな。
Thanks. I received an email from Winterfang with the details of his investigation. Let's move on. All right. Building and in between buildings. I'm guessing those are more plant spaces. Right, Kotarou asked me to plant those seeds. Yep. Live aside, can they even grow in a murky place like that? Ah, I find a small area that's illuminated by light reflecting off the surrounding windows. Quite a divine sight indeed. It's like a secret temple in the middle of the city. I plant the seeds in the soil there. They'll grow into some holy plants for sure. Right, Kotarou asked me to plant these seeds. Let's try this building. Inside, I find a bar full of shady characters. Their hyena-sharp eyes pierce me simultaneously. Begone! I'm taking over this turf to plant some seeds. I answer in the most nihilistic way I can muster. It escalates into an epic battle. And, time to plant. I plant the seeds in the soil inside. Okay, just casually beating up people. Of course, they're casually threatening me, so, you know. Find a drunk, as per my information. Are you drunk?
Yes.
It's not anyone I know. I might as well use the opportunity to ask some questions, though. I have information of a group of middle-aged men organizes drinking parties around this area. Okay, you just said you were. Thank you. Don't think I'll be getting anything out of this guy, so I'll take my leave. I find a drunk, as per my information. Are you drunk? Okay. Doesn't take long to tell this one's a lost cause. I have information that a group of middle-aged men organizes drinking parties around this area.
実は昨夜からずーっと飲んでます。
Your poor liver. That sounds dangerous. He has a bottle of sake in one hand. He might actually have been drunk for hours now. You might develop an addiction.
ブログのネタになるからオッケー。
How are you gonna write a blog like this?
こんな明日面白いの俺ってかっこいい。
It stops sounding cool once you say it out loud, though.
俺って刹那的に生きるタイプだからマジで守り入ってねっつうか攻めの人生しかねえって感じ。
His pension insurance book falls out of his pocket.
やべ、俺の安心ミニブックが。
The young drunk snatches the book off the ground so fast it almost like he's sober. You're already working on your pension fund, you fraud? What the heck was all that I live in the moment bullcrap about? What a loser. Totally wasting my time on this guy. I take my leave. So he's accessing the pension, but if the pension's part of like the government program rather than simply like what he's stored away with like a 401k, you know, if it's part of an actual like governmental program, then he's just mooching off the system in a pretty erroneous way at that. Find a drunk as per my information, but he's surrounded by a bunch of teenagers. What's going on here?
知らねえのかよ。カリスマライブだよ。カリスマ。
What? A barbershop quartet?
古いなお前も。
I don't follow the trends.
今のカリスマったらよ。
Drunks are you know what? I actually think recording drunks on not Tinder. That's the wrong site. TikTok. I imagine that could get a lot of views. You know, exploiting like people being embarrassing in their moments of like weakness. I have a hard time believing that.
わかってねえよお前。みんなカリスマを取りに来てんだよ。
Is he really that impressive of a drunk?
50代のくたびれたホームレス風のおっさんさ。
Sounds like someone you could find in any major train station at night.
バカ。それが完璧ってことだろ。あ、やべ、出遅れちまう。ゲリラ通院パフォーマンス。今度こそ見逃さないぜ。
The guy dives through the crowd, readying his phone.
飲んでくれー。
こっち目線ちょうだい。
やった、俺のこと見てくれた。
What the fetch is going on?
酒草ブレス
リバースリバース。
いけません。手は触れないでください。プロ泥酔者に手は触れないようにしてください。
飲んでる。私があげたお酒飲んでる。
What is this? I'm either really behind the times or all these people are crazy. I can't see the guy's face from where I'm standing, but I highly doubt he's the person I'm looking for. I take my leave. Yeah, fetch, man. What the heck? Find a girl in a gothic Lolita attire. She's sipping alcohol from a tin flask. Her drinking has an odd air of melancholy for someone her age. Underage drinking is...
悪いね、ブーヤ。これでも29よ。
You really don't. She looks 14 at most. No, wait. Now that I have a better look, I can see traces of makeup on her face.
あんた、嬉しいこと言ってくれるじゃん。 声かけてきたってことは、何？ナンパ？
No, I'm looking for someone.
なんだ。でもちょっと座んなよ。話聞いてくれたらごっすり情報をあげるわ。
Okay.
ゴスを引退しようかと思ってんのよ。私ももう年でさ。
Is that a career?
もともとは13歳の時、平凡な人生に嫌気がさして、少しでも変わった自分を演出しようと思ったのが始まり。インターネットに画像アップしたら、すぐにファンがついて。
Right. Her confession continues for a long, long time.
今じゃ、サイトの掲示板にも常連客ばかりで、みんな結婚して、前ほどあたいを崇拝してくれてる感じもなくなってさ。
I mean, that's probably for the best, though, right?
なんつうの？友達感覚っつうの？それはそれでいいんだけどね。したら、もうごする必要ないじゃんって思って。
I mean, yeah, it sounds like your passion for the work kind of died a while ago.
最近、いきなり疑問に思うようになっちゃったんだよね。もう、頑張らないとご水の切れなくなってる自分に気づいちゃったわけだ。
That is
だけど、今更どうやって生活を変えたらいいのか迷ってる。
a bit of a pickle, though. I think it's the same. Sorry.
ちょうどそんなとこ。
She had long gaps between her lines. Anyway, I imagine that's also like a kind of an encapsulation of the problem that a lot of creators face, like especially the ones who do it full time, who were successful when they were younger, you know? Your Markipliers, PewDiePies. Markiplier, I think, is a good example because he dropped out of college to do YouTube. And it's amazing because he was successful and he deserves all the respect, the success he's gotten. And he's likely got enough put aside financially, especially if he's been like smart with it, like I think he has been based on like the way he talks about it. He's probably going to be fine for the rest of his life. But if he wanted to work after like YouTube and he like stops doing, you know, YouTube stuff like cold turkey tomorrow, like what would he do for work? It'd be a tough choice. Because all of his experiences in being a creator and being the face of a channel. So I don't know. It'd be tough like to move on from an internet focused like lifestyle. She's been talking for about an hour now. I see. It sounds complicated.
あたいはどうしたらいいと思う？ボー。
I believe you know the answer to that better than anyone.
どういうことだい？
I think you should wear clothes that don't make you want to take up drinking.
酒を？
You should try all sorts of clothes and see what works best for you. The gothic Lalita sinks into thought for a few moments before nodding.
なるほどね。参考になったわ。
Good luck.
ああ、ごっすり頑張るつもりだよ。あんがとさん。
I'll be cheering for you, Miss Gothic Lalita.
聞いてもらってよかったよ。情報をやる約束だったね。この辺りは酔っ払いのメッカなんで、複数のグループがいるんだ。
Okay.
中年集団ってことだとあいつらだな。詳しくは知らないが、そいつらの一人が経営してる店を知ってる。
Ah.
この場所だ。行ってみな。
Great. Thank you very much. You've obtained a location at Antique Shop Forest. So yeah, that's there. And then there's this passerby. Okay, so let's finish these. I find a trunk as per my information. Wait, no, something's weird. A sharp-looking businessman with black glasses sitting on a bench by the road. Is he a drunk? No matter how I look at him, he seems sober. Noticing me staring, the man directs his gaze at me.
君、私に何か用かね？
Are you drunk?
ナンセンス！
Why was that in English? Right, you're in the middle of work and all.
外回りを見くびるなよ。
I decided to use the opportunity to gather some information. I have information that a group of middle-aged men organizes drinking parties around the area.
Just a moment!
The businessman-looking fellow pulls out a whiskey bottle from his bag and takes a few hearty gulps. I thought you were working.
リフレッシュ！
Oh boy. My apologies. He ends up drinking the entire bottle. The businessman takes out a can of sake from his bag and begins gulping it down too. Oh gosh. That's quite an awe-inspiring sight. It's also dangerous. Was it good?
Excellent!
Seems like you can get away with anything while doing the rounds. Makes mental note to write down one of my career choices. Being a drunk, huh?
ねえ、君
Huh? You're from our school? What are you doing here?
さっきゴス服着た背の小さい女の人と話してたよね。
Ah, Miss Gothic Lolita.
実は僕、あの人に憧れてるんだ。
Seriously? Ignoring her clothes, she's leading a pretty lazy, decadent life from the sound of it.
そのギャップに燃えるんじゃないか。
You live in a different world from me.
よかったら話を聞かせてよ。
I tell him everything I've heard.
そうなんだ。
Your beloved Gothic Lolita might stop being a Gothic Lolita soon.
構うもんか。どんな姿になっても、あの人はあの人さ。
You're still a high school kid who's fallen in love with a 29-year-old. That's not okay. I see. Well, good luck.
ありがとう。君、オカルト研究会の人だよね。ネタを提供するよ。
You got received a clue. I've got superpowers and I can see ghosts. Thanks. All right. I think that's everything. Is this it? I find a fancy building on the corner of the street. An antique shop built in a European style, but modest enough not to clash with the overall architecture of the area. I step inside. Ooh. This place looks fancy. The exquisite interior overwhelms me for a moment. The atmosphere is certainly fitting for a place that deals in antiques. It looks like a rich person's study of an old movie, just 10 times bigger. The thick, expensive-looking carpet by the entrance is throwing me for a loop, too. Walking out with my dirty shoes doesn't really feel right. Due to the small amount of merchandise, the interior manages not to feel crowded. They probably focus on quality over quantity. An old couple passes me by as they leave the store. This definitely isn't the place for a high schooler.
いらっしゃいませ。
Hey, there he is. Ah,
ほう、君は。
hello. He gives me a scrutinizing look. We fall silent for a few moments.
ふむ、偶然の再会というやつかな。
No, I was looking for you.
名刺は渡していなかったはずだ。
I used my connections and charisma to find you.
そうか。
He seems to relax a little.
若い客は嬉しいものだ。改めて、フォレストにようこそ。
I'm glad to be here.
江坂という、この店のオーナーだ。
He extends his hand. I take it. I don't feel very comfortable here. He isn't crushing my hand or anything, but I can tell he has a monstrous grip. Feels like I'm shaking hands with a car crusher. Ooh. I'm not that weak myself, but I can't hold a candle to this guy. I'm Tennouji Kotarou, second year at Kazamatsuri Academy.
おお、あの学校か。
You know it?
かくいう私も風祭り学院の現役学生でね。1年生だから君の後輩になるが。
What? Excuse me? I must have misheard him. His tone didn't sound like a joke, though. Not to mention, telling a joke now doesn't really make sense. As I blankly stare at him, Asuka's features suddenly contort into those of a demon. Oh! That legitimately scared me! I recoil, crashing into the wall behind me. I'm not okay with jump scares in my visual novels like this. For a moment, the predator is so tense I feel like he's about to kill me. But Asuka continues as though nothing had happened.
今日は買い物かな？
No, I'm just investigating.
ほう。急ぎでないならこちらに来たまえ。茶でも飲みながら話を聞こう。
Okay. The gentleman guides me to an expensive-looking table. Am I safe? Are we just gonna brush past that? Is that thing for sale? Looks like I'd have to save up for a lifetime to afford it. I timidly lower myself into the chair and face Mr. Esaka.
紅茶はいける方かね？
I'm not too picky when it comes to whatever's put in front of me.
結構。良い兵隊は食えるときに食っておくものだ。おい、いつものやつを頼む。
We eventually receive a tray with 2 cups of tea and some snacks. Mr. Esaka calmly sits in his seat. I guess he's really returned to normal. What on earth was that? I take a sip of the tea as I think. This is delicious.
そうか。
I never gave tea much thought, but this is fantastic. I could drink a whole bottle of this.
何よりだ。
These cookies are great too. They're so good, I feel like they're draining my ability to think clearly.
私もだ。
We weren't drugged, were we?
あまりに美味なるものを食すとき、人はより根源的な自分に立ち返るのだろう。
My friend keeps scolding me for always stuffing my face full whenever I find something I really like.
私もだ。あまりに美味なるものを食すとき、人はより根源的なリスに立ち返るのだろう。
Is this like an older version of us? Because now he's saying the same line, but changing words randomly. I end up feasting for a bit.
君、中華まんは好きかね？
I'd go as far as to say pork buns love me.
いいリアクションだ。さすがは若者だな。誰か、あれを頼む。
He calls to the back of the shop again. Moments later, we receive 2 paper boxes filled with pork buns. A cloud of steam escapes as he opens the lid. These look quite better than you can get at the convenience store.
近くの中華料理屋で作っているものだが、私はこれに目がなくてね。
They're more generously sized than the ones at the convenience store, too.
さあ、食そうではないか。
Itadakimasu. Thanks for the treat. There's only one way to eat a meat bun, and that's opening your mouth wide so you can take the hearty bites. This is... The inside of the bun are pleasantly hot. It's like the flavor is aiming right for my brain. My primordial hunger instincts kick in. I can't help but continue consuming my spoils. Huh? When I come to, the bun is nowhere to be found. I blanked out.
よくあることだ。
It does?
実は、肉まんに記憶喪失薬が混入してあったのだ。
What? Oh.
ってなぜだ!
Gosh darn it, don't do that! I jump out of my seat and hide behind the furniture.
もう満腹かね?
He asked me a question as if his previous outburst hadn't happened. What is up with this guy? I have no idea what's going on. You and me both, man! Is the generation gap making it hard to understand his outbursts or what? Did the pork bun actually have drugs in it?
入っているわけがないだろう。
Huh?
で、満腹になったのかな?
No, I think I could eat a whole lot more.
結構。おい、例のものを。
Next, we receive a plate of ham sandwiches. What is happening? This is weird, but at least I'm getting free food. This is what paradise is like? Once again, I began losing myself in the sensual pleasure. These don't look like simple sandwiches either.
コンビニエンスストアで商われている偏屈シェフの特製ミートマヨピリカツレツ塩辛サンドのようなものとは多少違うものだ。
I'm impressed you know that. That's exactly what they sell at convenience stores.
先日食してみた。
You don't look like the type to eat convenience store food.
いざとなれば革靴だって食べてみせる。
Okay.
それがプロというものだ。
So how do you like convenience store sandwich?
悪くはないが雑な味だったな。無論これは違う。近所の洋食屋に作らせたものでね。
Okay. They look like normal sandwiches at least.
食してみれば違いがわかる。
I guess I'll help myself then.
どうだ?
Delicious.
そうかそうか。
I always thought warm sandwiches were an absurd concept, but this, I wolf it down, forgetting everything else around me. Only after stuffing my face full do I remember the distant concept of manners. Darn, I was being pretty rude. I hurriedly raised my face. His cheeks! And both of their cheeks are that's so good. I swear, like this must be like an older us or something. The old man looks like a squirrel. Not to mention he's holding a sandwich in each hand like a little kid. Guess I don't need to worry about manners here. I just need to hope he isn't clinically insane or something. I'll ignore this next time he starts shouting, if it happens again. Munch munch. This is so good. Delicious. I feel my brain melting. What was I even doing up till now? What was I born for? What do I live for? What was the meaning of my life? Questions quickly appear and fade in my mind. Are we sure there were drugs in it? It was delicious.
気に入ってくれて何よりだ。
I'm definitely full now. I might not need dinner tonight. I'm sorry for treating your place like a restaurant.
気にしないでいい。それで天王寺くんはどのようなものを探しているのかね。当ててみせよ。
I mean, that's...
真実の愛を探しているのだな。
I think we're all passively looking for true love all the time. Are you selling love in this shop?
もちろんだ。つい先頃入荷した愛の出物がある。 神の木と呼ばれるレバノン杉の芯材を削り出して作った真実の愛でな。っ
Interesting.
てなぜなのだ
I'm just high strung apparently.
木をくり抜いて愛が出てくるものか
Okay. I wanted to ask something you mentioned the other day.
聞こう。話したまえ。
Mr. Asaka, regarding his composure, urges me to continue. I give him a rough explanation of everything up until now. Anyway, you mentioned familiars, I believe.
何
Huh?
もう一度言ってくれないか
You mentioned something about familiars, I think?
ゲームの話でな。
Besides that.
現実の魔物か。
Well, it's not what you'd call them, and what about unidentified monstrous animals? They're commonly called UMAs or cryptids these days.
つまり、ネッシーとかビッグフットとかいうあれか。
Yeah. There are a bunch of rumors about them in Kazamatsuri. It's quite unusual for one place to have that many sightings.
そういう話があるのかね。
Yeah, thought you'd know more since you've been in this town for a while.
すまんが、期待には応えられそうにない。
I see.
イノシシに襲われたという話なら、一昔前にはよくあったんだが、そのあたりに尾ひれがついている可能性が高いな。
Ah, you're crushing my dreams.
調べているのは未確認生物についてだけなのかね。
No, I'm curious about everything. Cryptids, supernatural phenomena, superpowers, UFOs, anything outside the norm is fine with me.
では、こういうものはどうだろう。
He hands me a bundle of papers. It looks like professional investigation. It details an underground tunnel discovered under Kazamatsuri that may belong to an ancient ruin. Ooh. Why do you have something like this? That looks like something of only a full-fledged archaeologist would carry around.
友人の研究者が地元の歴史研究をしていた折にまとめたものだ。
You're just gonna hand this to me?
古代の王族が残した遺跡であるかもしれないと言ってな。結局、年代測定などで歴史的価値が疑われるデータが多数出てしまったため、信憑性に乏しいということで調査は打ち切りになってしまったそうだ。
I mean, okay, so either they're like not as old as they thought they were, or something else is going on.
かけた予算が予算だけに、彼の大学では禁忌の話題となってしまってな。
In other words, it was all a dud.
何せ、コーラの瓶が出土してしまってな。
Right, oh, okay. That sounds like a dud roll, right? Investigating underground tunnels sounds like fun, but I feel like that'd only end with class rep laughing at me again. But wait, something is bothering me about this investigation. The structures in these photographs look obviously man-made. They're not natural in any way. Why would a place like this exist to begin with? Why would anyone create a tunnel network under our town? I feel like we could discover something interesting if we investigate seriously. I'm guessing it's about like moving supplies and people without being observed. That said, it doesn't sound like something the Occult Research Society can handle in its current state. I'm sorry, this is a great lead, but I feel it's a bit too big for us right now. We've only just started, so we're severely lacking in experience.
いきなり高レベルダンジョンだったか。では、おい。
He calls his secretary.
これはかつて私がまだこの町で警備の仕事に携わっていた時のものだ。
Okay.
風祭りの古代史は謎が多くてな。町の遺跡よりこういったものが出土した。
Mr. Asaka places a clay figure on the table. This is a so-called Haniwa. I've seen them model after people and horses, but a dinosaur? It looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
この町の一部に竜のつく地名が残っているのは、もしやその名残かとな。
Interesting. Right, we have some districts that use dragon symbols in their names. The legend of Ryujin.
私もその事実には懐疑的だがね。なかなか興味を引く題材と思うが、どうだろう。
It definitely does. No boy in his prime could resist a story like that. It still sounds complicated, though. It's against the law to enter an abandoned ruin without permission. And I don't even know who I should ask to get started.
心配はいらん。その遺跡への入り口は、私の私有地にあるのだよ。
That's oddly convenient.
興味があるなら、私が許可しようじゃないか。
Is it in town? Well, that sounds safe and relatively legal. A lighthearted excursion that doesn't come up with lots of needless trouble. I'll take it. You've received a clue. T-Rex lived in 2nd century AD.
喜んでもらえて何よりだ。
This is awesome.
そうか、そうか。
Mr. Asaka nods with a satisfied smile.
天王寺くん、これは私の名刺だ。何かあればここに。
Ah, thanks. Business cards are so cool. Written on the pearl white card is, I don't want to see your ugly mug ever again. Asaka Seojin. What the heck is this? I don't get it. It's written in the namespace. That's not his middle name or title, right? Like Alexander the Great or something? On top of that, there's a small caricature of Mr. Asaka slipping on a banana peel in the corner of the card. Small letters spell out yikes above him. This looks like a scene from a century-old manga. Should I ask about it or should I keep it to myself? I feel like it's better to stay silent. I don't want to freak him out again.
どうかしたかね？
No, that's a very nice business card. I hope I'll be able to get one half as cool when I grow up.
そうか、そうか。その名刺は1枚500万円で販売している。支払いを願おう。
What?
ってなぜか！
What is wrong with you?
紙切れにそんな大金を払う者がいるものか！名刺で金取ったら商売に並んではないか！
Thank you very much. You've received clue, ruins of an ancient civilization under Kazamatsuri, the mystery of the Golden Kingdom swallowed by the ages. You've become friends with Asaka Seojin. My amigo! Don't feel like we're friends. Okay. Oh, my back and body. I think we're done. I can't take it anymore. Mr. Asaka is freaking terrifying. I don't know. I was like to sit back and just enjoy a relaxing time, and he just had to get all my nerves in a bundle. So I'm gonna go and take a break. But that was interesting is the word of the day for this episode. I'll tell you what. But it was a fun one. I had a lot of interesting encounters with a bunch of different people. Kind of got to expand the world a bit more. But again, remember I said at the beginning how I feel like we're just getting lots of questions and no answers? Yeah. No, today is just even more so. That's me. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. It was weird, but I enjoyed it. I look forward to being able to share this with you in the future. Continue to enjoy the series with me, I hope. I hope you'll come back next week to see what happens next time. And I hope that you also find that there's lots of other good content for you to explore on the channel because I've made a lot of fun stuff. So I hope you check it out and let me know what you think of it. I also would like to know if you have any comments or anything I missed overtly or just something you wanted to share about it, especially about Asaka without spoilers. I'd love to know what your thoughts are about this. Especially thank you to my patrons who have made it possible for me to do more content every week. Thank you so much for your support. It really means the world to me. And regardless of whether you're a patron or not, I appreciate you just spending your time here on the channel. It makes a big difference. It helps me know that I'm doing something that's bringing joy or just like an enjoyment to somebody else. And it's just wonderful to have you all here as a great community that you are. So thank you so much. And until next video, watching me up and see me next. I'll see you there.